Assalamu alaikum. From here we are starting our series of lectures on anemia. So what is the definition of anemia? Anemia is defined as reduction in the hemoglobin concentration in the blood or decrease in the total circulating red cell mass. When there is decrease in the hemoglobin concentration in the blood or there is decrease in the total red cell mass, then in both conditions there is decreased in the oxygen delivery to the tissues. In order to continue our further lectures on anemia, we should know about certain terms. These terms are known as red blood cell indices. These include packed cell volume, hemoglobin concentration, red cell count, mean corpuscular volume, mean corpuscular hemoglobin, mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration, red cell distribution width, microcytes, normocytes, macrocytes, normochromic red blood cells, hypochromic red blood cells, and hyperchromic red blood cells. So in this video we will cover these terms. Okay, number one, we have the packed cell volume. In order to understand the packed cell volume, let us consider a container. We have a container, and in this container we add blood. After adding the blood, we add some anticoagulant and then we centrifuge the blood. On centrifugation, the blood will be distributed in three layers. In the lowermost layer, we have red blood cells. Then we have a buffy coat containing WBCs, and at the topmost, we have the plasma. Now let us consider that this is 1 unit or 1 liter of the blood. Then out of 1 unit or 1 liter of the blood, the volume of the blood which is occupied by the red blood cells, let us consider here we have 450 ml of the volume which is occupied by red blood cells. This is actually the packed cell volume. So how we can define the packed cell volume? Packed cell volume is defined as the volume of the blood occupied by the red blood cells when these red blood cells are packed together. Here we can see that these red blood cells are packed together. So the volume of the blood which is occupied by the red blood cells when these red blood cells are packed together is known as the packed cell volume or hematocrit. Here we have the 1 liter of the blood or 1 unit of blood, and out of this 1 liter, 450 ml is occupied by red blood cells when they are packed together. So here we have the packed cell volume of 450 ml. Now let us consider another example in which we have 1 liter of blood, and out of this 1 liter, 30 ml 300 ml or 30% is occupied by the RBCs when they are packed together. So here we have the packed cell volume of 30% or 300 ml. Okay, so this is the packed cell volume. Next we have the red cell count. Red cell count is defined as the number of red blood cells per unit volume of the blood. We know that in 1 ml of blood we have 5 million red blood cells. So when the amount of blood increases, obviously the number of red blood cells also increase. We can simply find out the number of red blood cells by multiplying the 5 million red blood cells by the volume of the blood we have. For example, if we have 100 ml of the blood, then the number of RBCs will be 5 million multiplied by 100 ml. In this way we can find out the red cell count. Now here we have two containers, and in both containers we have red blood cells. Here we can see that there is the packed cell volume of 0.25, and here is also packed cell volume of 0.25. Now what is the difference between the container number 1 and the container number 2? Actually, in both the containers the packed cell volume is same, because the volume of the container which is occupied by red blood volume of the blood occupied by RBCs when they are packed together is same. But the difference is in the size of the red blood cells. Here we can see that red blood cells are large in size, called macrocytes, and here red blood cells are very small in size, called microcytes. The volume occupied by the RBC in both containers is the same, but the size is not same. So despite any difference in the size of the red blood cells, the packed cell volume is the same. Now here we can see that again we have two containers. In both the containers the number of RBCs are same, but now the packed cell volume is not same. because here RBCs are large and the volume occupied by RBCs is large, so the packed cell volume is large. But here, due to small size of the red blood cells, despite the number is same, the volume occupied is not same, so the packed cell volume will be small. Next, we have the hemoglobin concentration. Hemoglobin concentration is defined as the amount of hemoglobin or the volume of the red blood cell which is filled with hemoglobin. Normally, about 1/3 of the volume of the red blood cell is filled with hemoglobin. So, how we can find out the hemoglobin concentration? We can simply find out by multiplying the ml of RBCs by 1/3. For example, if we have 45 ml of red blood cells or 45 ml of the blood, then we multiply by this by 1/3. In this way, we can find out the hemoglobin concentration. Okay, next we have three important terms. Number one, we have mean corpuscular volume, then we have mean corpuscular hemoglobin, and then we have mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. Okay, now what is the mean corpuscular volume? Mean corpuscular volume is defined as the average volume of a single red blood cell. As it is mean corpuscle mean red blood cell. So mean corpuscular volume is defined as the average volume of a single red blood cell. It is made in femtoliters, and we can find the mean corpuscular volume by dividing the packed cell volume by the total number of red blood cells multiplied by 100. The normal value of packed cell volume ranges from 80 femtoliters to 100 femtoliters. If the packed cell volume is small, then the size of the RBC becomes small. And if the packed cell volume is mean corpuscular volume is if the mean corpuscular volume is small, then the size of the red blood cell becomes small. And if the mean corpuscular volume is large, then the red blood cell becomes large. Here we have three red blood cells. In the second red blood cell, we can see that the mean corpuscular volume is in the normal range from 80 femtoliters to 100 femtoliters. So this RBC is of normal size. It is known as normocyte. If the mean corpuscular volume becomes less than 80 femtoliters, then the size of the RBC becomes small and it is known as microcyte. And if the mean corpuscular volume becomes larger than 100 femtoliters, then the size of the RBC increases and it is known as macrocyte. So the size of the red blood cell depends upon the mean corpuscular volume. Next we have the mean corpuscular hemoglobin. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin is made in picograms, and the normal value of mean corpuscular hemoglobin is 30 picogram. We can find out the mean corpuscular hemoglobin by dividing the total hemoglobin by the total number of red blood cells multiplied by 100. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin is defined as the amount of hemoglobin in each red blood cell. Next we have the mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. In mean corpuscular hemoglobin, we have said that it is the amount of hemoglobin in a single RBC. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration means the concentration of hemoglobin in a single red blood cell. Actually, it is the degree of hemoglobinization in a single RBC. We can find mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration by dividing the total hemoglobin by the packed cell volume multiplied by 100, as it is in percentage. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration determines the color of RBC. If mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration is normally its range is in 32 to 33%. If it is in normal range, then the color of the red blood cell will be normal, and it is known as normochromic. If the mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration is less than 33 or 32%, then the color of RBC becomes light and it is known as hypochromic. And if the mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration is greater than 33%, then the color of RBC becomes dark because of increased concentration of hemoglobin, and it is known as hyperchromic RBC. Here we can see that this is a normochromic red blood cell in which there is normal mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. When the mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration becomes larger than normal, then it becomes hyperchromic, and if it is less than normal, then it is hypochromic. In this diagram, there are three sizes of red blood cells. This is the normal size, so it is known as normocyte, and it means that in this cell mean corpuscular volume is normal. Here the cell is larger, so it is macrocyte and its mean corpuscular volume is larger than 100 femtoliters. And here the size is small, so this is microcyte, and in this microcyte the mean corpuscular volume is less than 80 femtoliters. Next we have red cell distribution width. In order to understand the red cell distribution width, first of all we should know about the definition of red cell distribution width. It is actually the measure of range of variations of red blood cell volume. Here we can see that this is the mean corpuscular volume. So the measure of range of the mean corpuscular volume of the RBCs in the blood of a person is known as red cell distribution width. Now let us consider a person who has microcytic RBCs. Here is a person whose RBCs are smaller in size than normal. He has microcytic RBCs. Now in this case, his mean corpuscular volume will be from 70 to, here in this diagram they have shown that this is the average mean corpuscular volume in a person who has microcytes. Now if we do blood transfusion in such person, and after blood transfusion this person will be having two types of red blood cells. Some of the RBCs will be normocytes and some of the RBCs will be microcytes. Now as we have two types of red blood cells having two types of packed cell volume or two types of mean corpuscular volume, so here we will have the graph will be widened. This is the red cell distribution width. Here it is 10% and here it is increased to 15% because the graph is widened because of two sizes of the red blood cells. So this is known as red cell distribution width. Thank you.